So I want to talk about Carlos Mencia. Bobby Lee interviewed him like just the other day or something on Tiger Belly, and like everybody's like so hating on this guy, and that bothered me because other comedians have copied people on, you know, in the industry. So why is he being singled out? Why is he being blacklisted? And I could see he's not like very what's the word? I can't. It eludes me right now. But likable. There, I think that's the word. Because on the interview, he did seem a little abrasive, a little pompous, and you know, it could be that he's defensive. I'm not justifying that behavior because it wasn't favorable, but maybe he's being defensive because he knows people dislike him. So I don't know. I mean, I do not condone you being a joke thief. Nope. So let's be clear. This is not about, oh, you know, let him get away with that shit that was 14 years ago. I don't. That's not even where I'm going in the conversation. My thing is, why do other comedians get away with it, but he was like, you know, thrown to permanent purgatory? Like, what's up with that? Like, have y'all thought about that? I mean, you probably guys don't even care. I mean, some people did bring it up in the comments, and you know what comedians they're referring to. But nevertheless, those other careers have still flourished. So I gotta be like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, let's bring the elephant out in the one that's in the room. Whatever. Amy Schumer. And some other comedians get really heated when you like bring this up. They get really heated because they'll blame her writers or blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever. It still went down. So she and Carlos Mencia did the same thing. Why is he getting blacklisted? Like, do you get it? Like the way she stole comedy was, it's like a Mad Libs, you know, page. It's like she ripped it out of the book. It's like she just replaced the pronouns and the nouns with the words she chose, but it's the same shit. So like, should Carlos Mencia did that? Because I know he's guilty and culpable because he said word for word. So she was a little slick, you know. Instead of saying, you know, the gorilla mask, she said Lincoln, you know, in that joke that Patrice did. What else? Instead of saying poltergeist, she said Houdini. So should had Carlos Mencia did that when he stole Bill Cosby's joke, like instead of saying an NFL player, should he have said a tennis player? Instead of making the male a male, he could have said it was a female. You know, instead of saying at the end of the joke, "Hi mom," the joke could have been saying, "Hi dad." If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, look it up in reference to the jokes that he stole. One of Bill Cosby, which was word for word. Amy Schumer's, she stole the dead man's jokes, but did the Mad Libs shit. Like, is that because I can do that? Will that make me famous? Highly unlikely, but like, why did she get away with it? Is like she friends with George Soros? Like, I don't understand the double standard, and that's not cool. But I'm not surprised it's the entertainment industry. Do you know what I mean? But I don't get it. So that's my problem. Like, and it's a huge problem because also when you're a joke thief, I hope this isn't racial. Is it racial? Is that why? Is it because he's Hispanic and that's a problem? It's like Hispanics should be allowed to steal just as much as the whites do. Just saying. Just saying. But let's hope that's not it. But what was I saying? Holy shit. I got all in my own thoughts. It's like, yeah, we should commit, you know, crimes in the entertainment industry too. But no, my problem with being a joke thief, aside from all of that, is how whack can you be? Like, how unoriginal. And let's say you don't have a moral compass and you don't care and you're like, oh, I'm gonna steal it for like, I don't give a shit, this person's a nobody. Fine, you're a sociopath. That's fine. But the problem I have, that if you're a cold-hearted person, you don't give a fuck, and you go ahead and try to steal someone's art, at least don't do it. Not because you don't have morals, but don't do it because you should be afraid of getting caught. Because in this day and age, yo, everybody knows everything. Even when you think nobody knows nothing, they know it. Like, let's say if you steal a joke from somebody who's at a dive bar, and you're like, 3 people saw that joke, you can copy it, no one's gonna find out. What if somebody was recording them on their phone? Or what if that person says the same jokes at some other places where there's bigger audiences, and somebody tweets about it? It's on record. Everything is on record. Even if, like, you know, I get 3 views, but you don't know. You don't know if one of those views is Brad Pitt watching me. Fingers crossed. You know what I'm saying? And then, because I know I have an article of mine, which I mentioned before, was tweeted by a director, because I also do writing on the side. So I get no views here, but I certainly get views in writing. So you gotta be careful, like, what you do, because it's all recorded. Like, we're all Big Brother. It's already here. So for you to steal something and think, oh, it's okay, no, you're so gonna get found out. Even if you copy something from like the 30s, you know, some schmuck, some nerd watches movies from the 30s every night, and they're gonna be like, hey, you stole this. So it's just so stupid. It's just so not cool. But I think I did a clickbait thing, right? I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk about Carlos, and I'm more talking about Amy, but I just don't understand the double standard. That's not cool, and that is my only beef. Cause I don't want y'all to think I'm condoning him. No. I am so against that. And that parallel thinking shit, ay pa la mierda. Like, you know how I could prove parallel thinking and jokes is a no-no? This is the most wackest example I have. But for me personally, it's a good one. So stick with me. Okay. This is so corny, but I've always thought about this. There's like a cajillion people on Earth, right? How many people have you met, besides twins, triplets, and sextuplets, or whatever the fuck, that have the same face? Like, eyes, nose, like, there could be so many other different variations, like eyes on the forehead or whatever, nose on the chin, whatever. But for the most part, the face is all in the same spot. Stick with me, I'm going somewhere with this. So you would think there's not a lot of centimeters or inches or diameters a person's physicality can go through. It's just like little inches here, there, whatever. Nevertheless, you will still meet a fucking different face every day. Like, and that's just a face. You would think, wait, at some point in time throughout all these years, people have to be getting like, you know, like animals. You know, you could see like the tuxedo cat basically looks like a clone of like the same original cat. But with a face, it's always different. You will find those people that do look the same, but for the most part, faces, so many faces, that's wild. You could see why I don't need to take ayahuasca. I could go crazy on my own damn self. I could never take that. I already think out there. So, we're talking about a cajillion faces. So, that's just with physicality. Now, the mind, there's no limit to the mind. So, you're going to tell me, oh, there comes a point in time where we're all going to think the same thoughts. That's a yes and a no. Or more like Tim Dillon would say yes and yes. No parallel thinking. You could, there's a limitless amount of jokes, because here we're held by our physical body, and yet there's still, the eyes could go anywhere, the nose could go. Do you get what I'm saying? It's such a whack example, but to me it's so profound, because every time I see a face, I'm like, coño, a new face. I've never seen this face. I've never seen. So the body can make up so many different faces. You think the mind can't come up with a whole bunch of different analogies or whatever, or jokes? It's limitless. You can make a joke about anything. Kind of like the Wolf of Wall Street when he's like, sell me this pen. You could be like, oh, make a joke about this pen, which is harder than it sounds, because I, at the moment, cannot make fun of or a joke about a pen. But it's limitless with the mind. Parallel thinking to me would be like, let's say if we see like a bald celebrity, and I'm like, he looks like a cue ball, and somebody else makes a joke, oh, that's a cue ball head. That would make sense, right? The head looks like a cue ball, right? But for you to make a joke that's similar word to word, except for some pronouns, nouns, or adjectives, No. That's too intricate to be parallel. Who thinks about coming on a face and throwing hairs on it? That was one of the Patricia jokes. Like that's very original. That some thought was put into that, even though that's a joke from the streets. Whoever came up with that person thought about it, and that's some heavy ass thinking. Who's gonna think about that shit? So no, but yeah, that's my beef. And talking about Amy, like, wasn't she like dogging Hilaria not so long ago? Like everybody was dogging Hilaria because she was faking her Spaniard accent. I'm like, there was even this reporter, journalist, or whatever, that newscaster from the Hill called Crystal Ball, and she said when I saw her reporting on Hilaria Baldwin, she said, "Oh, Hilaria Baldwin's Instagram is so gross." She said gross. Now I'm talking about the journalist Crystal Ball. Bro, that's her fucking name. If your name is Crystal Ball, shut the fuck up. How? Because you know that was a purposeful name. Because if your last name's Ball, how can they call you Crystal? The mom must have thought, or whoever it was, grandma, daddy, or whatever, they must have thought, oh my god, how cute, like a crystal ball. Yo, that's some whack ass shit. And you're calling some chick gross because her reasoning for calling the Instagram gross is because Hilaria is always doing yoga in like tights or like underwear or whatever, like every other whore on Instagram. Stop. But not only was Crystal Ball dogging Hilaria, so were all the women, including Amy, but in a very astute and slick way. Because all this cucumber shit, because forever who's ever watching this happened like 2 weeks ago. I know so much has happened. Hilaria must be so happy that, you know, the right wingers walked into the Capitol, because she must be like, shit, they're finally stopped talking about me. I'm sure there's some bitches who haven't. Like, I'm still talking about it, but I've been wanting to talk about it. My last video, I wanted to talk about it, but I'm terrified of other women, so I'm like, let's have some time pass by. I feel it's passed. Probably not, because you know there's some bitches still on Instagram, you know, saying their piece. But against her, I'm actually for her. So I'm for her because remember what I said earlier when people were dogging Carlos Mencia, Ned, as y'all like to call him. I don't like the unfairness. So let's get to it. Nobody was paying no mind to Hilaria until Amy posted a picture of her in her underwear carrying her baby. So everybody had a good laugh, and immediately after Amy posted a picture of Hilaria on her Instagram in her underwear carrying her baby, everybody started finding fault with Hilaria, and they're like, oh shit, we caught you, bitch. You're not even Latin. You're talking with a fake accent. So Amy was like, oops, sorry I posted the pic, but that was a coy, slick shit to do. Because she didn't say nothing. She just posted the picture. And she's like, Karens, here's your next target. Y'all got this, right? Here you go. Because let's be real. Why would you do that? Come on now. Now, if you see Amy has like a brand, you know, she's a new mother. She's beautiful. She's doing the best she can. Sometimes it's a messy process. And she jokes about it. Like, this is me. This is what moms are. We could be messy. We could be whatever. And then here comes Hilaria popping out her 30th child, skinny as a rail and looking gorgeous, posing in her underwear. What a cunt, right? So it kind of makes women feel bad. So I think Amy, I can only think and assume, but why the fuck would you post a picture while the chick is in her underwear holding her baby? I think it was kind of like, oh, look at this bitch. You know, trying to be like, oh, this woman gives a bad name to motherhood because it shows that any mother that's doing the best she can and is failing will look at this picture and be like, oh, why is she so put together and I'm a mess? Let's get to it. That's what it was about. Come on, please, let's be smart. So I'm like, everybody came out dogging Hilaria, looking any excuse to destroy this woman. Like if you see the tweets, it's like, shit, women need a hobby. As do I. I know, and this one's my hobby. Defending the less fortunate. No, but it pissed me off because I'm like, coño, it's so intimidating to like be a woman. Like we gotta like tread lightly, you know? Like we can't even pose in our underwear. Mind you, women do that every day, but Hilaria can't because she had 5 kids. So if she does and she looks good, it's like you're making other women insecure. That's what it gets down to it. So not cool, not cool. And all the Karens were like, wait, bitch, you're not Hispanic? We now can talk to you. And now we can tell you, don't do that. And then people online were saying, oh, Hilaria's taking opportunities from other immigrants. Like when she posed for Hola magazine. Hola magazine is a prestigious Latin magazine. And she was on the cover with Alec Baldwin. And I'm like, she's not taking the spot of like a struggling Hispanic. Like, that magazine always has Hispanics on the cover. Like, she didn't take Guadalupe's spot. You know, if Hilaria took that month, another Hispanic will take another month. Now, it would have been problematic if she had posed for Vogue. Because, like, maybe Vogue has a quota for, like, every 3 years, we have to put a Hispanic on their page. And if Hilaria took that spot, I could see how she's taking the job of a struggling Latina or Latino person, or Latinx, or whatever the fuck people are saying nowadays. Yeah, so it would have been like, oh my god, she took Jennifer Lopez's spot. That's not cool, you know? But the way people are trying, you know, and it's the Caucasians. You don't even see Hispanics bitch on. Hispanics don't even give a fuck. It's the Caucasians that are bothered that she was trying to emulate a Hispanic person. And I'm like, look who she was copying, though. Somebody from Spain. Let's put that into perspective. She was copying a conquistador. You really think that people from Spain, while they're waking up from their siesta, drinking their red wine and eating dinner at 10 o'clock in the night, are even thinking of Hilaria? I can assure you, they are not. You know, it's like, the stupidity. And I just want to show you these pictures, because I can promise you, she ain't the only one posing with her baby in her underwear. Look at this, look at this. Can you see that? Wait. Oh, mira. Oh my god. Wait. I have more. I'm only being a nudge about this because, like, if you're gonna bully someone, at least admit why you're bullying them, right? At least admit it. At least say it's because I'm fucking jealous. Not cling on to a whack ass shit that they're doing a fake ass accent. Like, por favor. Look at this. Wait, can you see it? Oh, man. Oh, the whoreness of it all. Look at that. And you might be like, yeah, she's not in her panties. Yeah, she's with her baby, posing sexy. You know what's up. I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to say, don't act like if Hilaria's the first. Hold on. Can you see this? Because she ain't, honey. This is a real thing women be doing. Women thirsty for attention, huh? Yes. So, as am I. I'm gonna start posing with my dog in my underwear and be like, hey, hashtag look at this. But, yeah, I'm just complaining because I don't like it. But why am I even defending Hilaria? Like, she's not even one of us. She's not Latin. It's like, fine. Take her, Karens. Do what you will with her. But it's just, don't be hypocritical. Like, if you're gonna rag on somebody, be honest as to why you're doing it. Like, the fact that you even really care. Like, I hate when Caucasians talk for Hispanics. Like, oh my god, she took an immigrant. Dude, this is actually being said. Like, I know because I take a great length of time reading the comments. Yeah, not cool. Let's be real. Let's just do it. Let's just be real. And you know what? It's also a brand to not be a mess and have a baby. There's room for all women. So there are women who, you know, I knew a guy that his mother popped out like 5 of them. She was like this, bro, like this. And didn't Gigi Hadid just have a kid and she's like this? It is possible. It's not like I know not every woman snaps back, but it doesn't matter if Hilaria did. And she has the time to do exercise. Like, so what? Okay, like, we're gonna bash somebody for self improvement. Not that it's mandatory. Again, you should be allowed to be a mess or to be put together or to what. It's your life, and you should be allowed to do whatever the fuck you want to do. And all this, like, weird controlling and censoring, like, you shouldn't talk like so or you shouldn't talk like this, like, is weird. And I can see why Hilaria would want to adopt another identity. It's like, what do white people really have? Like, all the things that they do have, they're not allowed to like. Like, they like 4th of July. Don't celebrate that. They like Thanksgiving. Bad. You know, if they wear the American flag. You hate people because they like their country. It's like, of course, if I was a white person, I'd be dying to be Hispanic. I could be like, hey, let's dance some merengue, you know, because currently white people are pretty boring. They don't have a lot of options. That's probably why they're like nitpicking on everybody and messing around with everybody, because they can't do nothing. Maybe that should be their brand. Fucking picking on people, because holy shit balls. So again, like, let's just people do whatever they want to do. If Ned wants to call himself Carlos, you know, who cares? I don't care. I do have a problem with him copying jokes, and he hasn't admitted to it, which I think Amy hasn't admitted to either. But it's like, fair is fair, you know? Like, don't blacklist him anymore. If she did it and she's still thriving, like, why? Like, every comedian dead ass hates him. And I'm like, I just then hate both of them, but they don't. So, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, hate or cancel. No, I'm just saying, I'm actually saying of be welcoming of Carlos and Hilaria. The more I listen to myself talk, I'm like, why am I rooting for these people? These people are shady motherfuckers. I'm just saying, fair is fair. And it's stupid that I'm saying that. It's kind of very gullible, innocent, and naive of me to say it, because I know better. Life isn't fair. So, it is what it is. I just still wanted to give my 2 cents. I knew I said I was going to talk about Carlos, and I really talked about another comedian, but I tied it together, right? I tried. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh my gosh, remember? Well, you don't remember because you probably didn't watch, because nobody watches my shit. But remember when, not remember, if you do check out my other video where I speak highly of Kyle Dunnigan, yo, I don't see him copying nobody because he don't need to. That guy is so original. Like, people are going to be doing case studies on him. Like, the jokes, just, I don't know where the fuck they come from. And, hey, anybody could do that too. You know, just don't copy, just be original. That's all I've got. But, yeah, I shall be back bitching about something else, because that is what women do, and we're good at it, damn it. Why stop something that's so good? So I will be back, right? Hopefully with 30 views instead of 3. Working on it. Okay, mwah, bye.